The Man in the Wall is an entity found in the void by Oregon scientist Albrecht Entrati, who was the first person to access the void and further the Oregon technological advancement significantly as a result. When Albrecht peered into the void, he met his doppelganger and attempted to cross into our world. Albrecht closed the access point and severed some of the Man in the Wall's fingers. Countless other people followed Albrecht, but none of them ever saw the Man in the Wall. Eventually, Albrecht, in his paranoia, decided to forego Kuba and the continuity process, a source of immortality for the Oregon, in case the Man in the Wall had escaped. He also thought that he himself was the Man in the Wall. The Man in the Wall first appears to the play during the War Within, where he speaks to the very end to remind the Tenno they still owe him. He's then mentioned during Chains of Harrow, where another Tenno named Rel was cast out by Margulis, and the other Tenno, due to his autism, was holding him back and eventually had to transfer himself to his Warframe to keep holding him back, otherwise he'd die from old age. Rel's Warframe, Harrow, is eventually destroyed by the player, killing Rel to stop his suffering, and the Man in the Wall is free to roam the void again. Immediately after the quest, the Man in the Wall shows up on the player's orbiter. After the sacrifice, he appears once again to ask if the player thinks they themselves killed Excalibur Umbra's son, Isa, to which the player would say they did. During Chimera Prologue, the Man in the Wall appears again to show the Tenno Ballas's current state, where he's raving about his appearance and suffering under Natar. Ballas then shows the Tenno the blueprint of the Sentient Slayer sword, Paracesis. Player then crafts the sword to be used later. After Rising Tide, the player can see the Virjack's reliquary drive is powered by a large finger, a copy of one of the Man in the Wall's severed fingers. During the New War, the Man in the Wall makes a deal to give the Tenno void powers and save them from the stranded Zerman in exchange for something currently unknown during a flashback. He then appears at the very end in his wall form, where the Lotus and the Tenno, or the Drifter, both witness this. Interestingly, he's also seen missing a finger in his wall form. In the Duviri Paradox, he's not explicitly shown, but mentioned in some of the fragments. That's all for his story's significance, now for his abilities. The Man in the Wall is shown to be able of granting powers to individuals as seen with the Tenno. He's also capable of a form of shapeshifting as seen with Albrecht and the player character should you ever encounter him in-game where he'll copy a Tenno's appearance, and additionally at the end of the New War in his wall form. He's also not seen to be a godlike being as some of the fanbase might assume, as he's very much capable of being held back and even hurt. That's all we know about the Man in the Wall thus far.